evening, good morning, good afternoon, welcome back to the channel and another full flight video. This time we are back in the PMDG 777 and we are here at San Francisco and we're going to be taking this 777 over to Narita in Japan. I was basically looking for through Flight SimTO liveries. I wanted to fly the 777 and I was just looking through liveries to basically decide what kind of flight I wanted to do. Seen this livery, which is in the like Pokémon style it's meant to be, but I thought it looked quite cool, and I thought, do you know, we can take this and we will do the, I think it's about 10 hours from here in San Francisco, over the Pacific Ocean, over to Japan, over to Narita Airport. But yeah, so we're here at San Francisco. It's early in the morning at San Francisco. I think it's I want to say it's about 6 AM or 5 AM local time. So yeah, if I look over this way, you'll see we've got this beautiful sunrise coming up, which is going to be nice. Don't really know what's going on with the jetways at some of these gates, but I seem to have got mine working okay. I do have AI traffic on, as you can probably hear. It's just making a right racket, but that's okay. And yeah, I did turn the logo light on, I think, so I don't know why. Did I turn the logo light on? Yeah, I did turn the logo light on, but it's obviously not working, but that's okay. We'll just pretend that the light is broken. Yeah, I don't really like doing flights in the dark in the sim, but basically I think I'm hoping by the time we kind of get down to the runway and that, it'll have started to get a little bit better in terms of a bit brighter. As you can see, the sun is coming up. It is very early morning, but it should make for a nice interesting departure, I think. And yeah, so let's get into the... I'm actually as well, just before we start, quite impressed with how like smooth this is. Like with all the scenery around and the traffic on and the 777, this feels really quite smooth. Feels like it's been a while since I've done a flight that's felt this like good on the FPS, so yeah. But anyway, I am rambling as always on this channel. So into the flight deck we go. Just check that the wing views are working, which they are indeed working. And yeah, let's get this show on the road. So I loaded up cold and dark, the cold and dark panel state, and basically all I've done is turn the ground power on and put the lights on. Actually, I wonder if it's to do with the battery not being on, that the logo light's not on. No? Okay. Anyway, so the first thing I'm actually going to do is go to the EFB here. We're going to go and import the data from SimBrief on the flight, which, as you can see, we are, I don't actually know, did they just say All Nippon when on call sign? I don't know. But yeah, we're ANA 7 today, nice easy call sign, and we're going from San Francisco over to Narita. So we can go to the ground operations, I think, and can we do, right, ground maintenance is not what I want to do. Do you know that way where you fly so many different aircraft all of the time that you forget how each one works? So we're actually going to go into FS actions to set up our fuel and payload today. This is in pounds, which I'm getting changed because I don't like that. I think, if I remember rightly, it's in PMDG SETA aircraft displays, kilograms, yeah. All of my flight plans are in kilograms, so I know in the US it would use pounds, but I've explained that before. Anyway, I'm just going to, I guess we could come over to the EFB to get the, I do have the SimBrief dispatcher installed, I just find it's a little bit laggy. Okay, so our block fuel, 95530, so we can stick that in, 95530, that's set. We can get the zero fuel weight, our estimated is 210.7, so we can put that in. Payload, 210.7. That is set. So, with that, we can go to menu. I'm going to ask GSX to begin boarding. And we'll head into FMC, but we'll now go up to the overhead panel and get some overhead panel stuff done. So the ADIR is on, emergency lights are armed, we can put all of the cabin utilities and in-flight entertainment stuff on. The window heats, we'll just file them on. We can put the seatbelt signs on, we'll say that the fueling's obviously been done. This is all okay for the moment. I've got the wing light on for the walk around. We've got the storm light on so that I can see what's going on. And yeah, I think for overhead panel at the moment, that will do it. Oh, the logo light's on now. I wonder if that was to do with emergency lights. Maybe. But yeah, Pokemon, not something that I've ever played really or understand in the slightest, but it's definitely a cool livery, that's for sure. And I wish we'd seen more special liveries like this from airlines. It's very unique. Yeah, you can already see that sun starting to rise in the morning. I mean, look at that skyline, that looks incredible. I should fly here more often. Anyway, back to the flight deck. Pause in it. What is that noise? That noise is annoying me. Stop it. I think it's got something to do with GSX, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna pretend I can't hear it, because it is the sound of, hang on. Can I hear it here? No. It's really annoyingly loud. Nah, it's stopped now. I think it was something to do with GSX, to be honest. Cabin lights are apparently on, which is fine. I find that a bit of a pain on night flights, but at least it can be changed in the PMDG. So we are at San Francisco, that is Kilo Sierra Foxtrot Oscar. We'll grab the GPS coordinates. There we go. We can go to route request. We can use the SimBrief route. So I keep forgetting you can set payload like this and fuel like this. So we'll just re-click it to be sure it's correct. And then we can go select route. So it's going to request that through for us. I think it's going to get the runway wrong. We're using runway 1 right, are we? No, we're going to use runway 1 left. They're departing on 1 left and 1 right according to the ATIS. So we can load that. That's fine. So we are, as I said, runway 1 right is what we're going to use. 1 right. We can activate and execute that. Performance page, we can put the zero fuel weight in. We can accept. Thrust limit, we can go over to the EFB to do the departure performance. So, airport, import, we're runway 1 right, no, 1 left. Did I put 1 right on the FMC? Yes, I did. We're runway 1 left. Let's just put in the departure actually while we're here then, why not? We're on... Bear with me while I get my charts up. The gap 7 apparently. Execute that. What is going on here? I need to... it's because there's a vectors. yeah, we're just going to do that. We can't really be doing vectors. Well, we can do vectors, but we're not going to because I can't be bothered vectoring myself. Back to the EFB though. Yeah, so runway 1 left. You can import the aircraft's information, import the weather, and go calculate. Takeoff not allowed. Ooh. Takeoff not allowed. Plan weight must fall between 167 and 276 kilos. What are we? Oh, we're massively overweight apparently. Is that why we were using 28 right by any chance? They're basically, according to the ATIS, they are landing on runway 28 right and 28 left, but departing 1 right and 1 left. But I think runway 01 is the longer, the shorter runway. I'm just wondering if I put 28 right, what if I put 28 right in here, if it's going to allow it. Yeah, so that will be why runway 01's too short. So that's fine. We'll use 28 right, like originally planned in the flight plan. That'll be why it was wanting us to do that. Again, on the gap 7, just want to have a look at this on the ND, because I think this is going to be a bit of a mess, which it is. So I think we want to go straight there. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, we'll leave it at that then. Right, anyway, performance has been calculated, so we can select a temperature of 40 degrees. So back to init. Thrust limit. 40 degrees. What takeoff is it as well? Takeoff 1, 40 degrees. Like so. Into takeoff, it wants flaps 5, and we're 72, 77, 82. Flaps 5, 72, 77, 82, which is correct. Trim of 5.25, I can't remember if it doesn't let me set it until the hydraulics are on in this, which it doesn't. That's fine, just remind me, someone out there remind me. So that is set. So the next thing we can do is get the QNH in, which is 1021. So we can set that. No, it's not 1021. What is it in inches? Because we are in America, so I will do it correctly like that. Let me just get the weather. 3017. 3017 on the inches of mercury. Why is this so slow? 3017. Standby. It's done it. I keep forgetting the PMDG's all linked up, which is good. So we can zoom that right in. In terms of the MCP, we can set the V2, which is 182. Runway heading we can also set in, which for 28 right is 284. So we can stick that in as well. Sorry, I find the acceleration of like this, the MCP switches really slow. Altitude, we can just go straight up to our initial cruise of 320. We are doing some step climbs, which I'm just going to check next to make sure they are actually in the FMC properly, because sometimes they don't import properly. So we'll put 320 initially. If I go down to the FMC here, we go to legs. Yeah, so the step climbs are already in. I have auto step climb on so that when I'm not here it will automatically do it, which is fine. Just while we're here, we're just going to put the arrival in as well, because why not? It might not change, so it might be worth it. Arriving, we're going into 34 left apparently, according to SimBrief. So ILS 34 left. Why is there only... Why do I feel like they don't use 34 left when there is only one option? It's okay, I don't care. That's what SimBrief says, so that's what I'm going to use. So it's 34 left, and it's this arrival. Let me just check. Does it want the see, it wants 3-4, yeah, that's correct, that's fine. It wants a support, which doesn't exist. Okay, basically I was trying to see if it was one of those transitions, but it isn't. Again, we can just go to the plan page to have a little nosy to see what it's got set up for us here, which is a bit of a mess. So from Gina, we can go right. How does that look? What the fuck is going on here? That is a mess. Right, okay, no, it's not a mess. That would be the go around procedure. So that should be okay. Oh, that should be okay. He says, famous last words. Yeah, that should be okay. That shouldn't be too bad. Right, so I am going to. Why does 3017 not seem? Hang on. There is no way. Why is the weather not correct? I don't know why the QNH, it thinks it's 290902, but that's not correct. It's 3017. I don't know why it's wrong. When I'm pressing B, it's saying it is definitely on, and it's definitely cloudy. I'm just going to check what the METAR actually says for clouds. So according right, hang on a minute. Yeah, apparently it's clear, so I don't know why there's clouds. And also, fucking GSX, I hate it. Look at the state of this. Why is it doing this? I hate it. I hate it. It's absolutely fucking useless. It costs a bloody fortune as well, and it doesn't work. Fuck's sake, it just ruins the immersion when it got all this pink stuff on your flight, and I can't figure out a way to turn it off. So basically the pink passenger issue is apparently to do with the liveries, I think, from the quick research I've just done on Reddit. And basically I think it's something to do with it's got something to do with the airline code not matching up or something. I've just tried to change it, but obviously it's not going to work straight away without restarting the sim, which I'm not doing because we've just set up the whole flight and I can't be bothered. So I have asked GSX to deboard, which I think is I'm hoping anyway, is going to get rid of everybody that's sitting down. I might be massively wrong on that, but I thought it'd be worth the try, and if it doesn't work, we're just going to roll with it. But honestly, I hate GSX. I just hate it. I shouldn't have to be changing configuration files for this. Like, I just, this is where someone I'm sure will tell me that I'm wrong and I should be able to, you know, it's not a GSX issue, but I feel like there's always something. Never works flawlessly. Yeah, so we're going to wait. I'm going to wait for it to deboard, so I will see you when it's finished deboarding. Okay, so I think deboarding the passengers is working because you can see the the pink textures are starting to disappear now. We're just 20 passengers short of deboarding. I don't see why an airline code should affect what type of passengers are on the plane. Like, really, it's not that deep. Anyway, with that, we're going to get ready. I can't figure out the pressure issue with the flight simulator live weather, so I'm using the AccuSky injector for the weather now. I don't really like the AccuSky injector because it's a bit brutal when it decides it's going to change the weather, but it'll do for the sake of now. It is clear skies, so hopefully it should be fine. Anyway, yeah, we're going to get the APU started. I swear every video I try to record at the moment is just, there's always something, and it's just starting to really annoy me. But anyway, yes, so deboarding's complete, which is it's going to mess up all of my payload, which is fine. I will reset it myself. Zero fuel weight, what were we? 210.67. 210.7 then. Just double check the fuel's correct, which it is. That's fine. So APU is starting up. APU generator is on anyway already. We can ask, God forbid, GSX to push us back. Oh, for fuck's sake, what have I just clicked there? No, for... Okay, it's not going to let me, so... Are you going to work? I hate it. I fucking hate GSX. It's useless. Right. Yes, I would like to go right, please. Thank fuck for that. Ground operations to the doors. We can close all. Close all, please. Thank you. Going to go to FMC on this side, put the VNav page on for the climb. I'm also going to put the left-right flight director on, right flight director on, LNAV, VNav. Parking brake is on. APU is on. It's going to fire all the fuel pumps on. Over to the ground connections, remove the chocks. We're going to turn the storm light off. We can put the beacon on, wing light can come off. Parking brakes off. Now I can't remember when you put each hydraulic pump on in this, so we're going to put the, I think, is it the outward ones can come on. Honestly, it doesn't matter for the sake of the sim, it really doesn't, but it's fine. So, we're pushing back. The pink textures are gone, which is class. And we will start number 2. Hopefully GSX doesn't make a royal arse of this. So up comes N2. It's 25% N2, let's just put the fuel in. What a lovely sound. I feel like our wing probably went through that plane, but I didn't see it, so it's cool. So we have a good start. Oh, for God's sake. Good start. We can start the left engine now. I should have probably put the clock on.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brakes on. There's 25, in goes the fuel. That sounds like we just about have a good start. There is the starter cutout. So that's two good starts. We can put the hydraulics on to auto as well. We can just fire the taxi light on, blind GSX because we don't like them. We can take the APU off. We can brake, auto brake RTO. We can do flaps 5 and we'll do it from the wing because everybody loves a wing view. They are set. Going to try and get SkyDolly to record this for us. There is the aircraft all started up, ready to go. So I am going to get the charts up on my other screen so I can see where we are in relation to everything, so I don't get it wrong. And yeah, brakes off. Here we go. Let me see. Do you know, it doesn't actually hit that plane. Fair play. And the one thing GSX did manage to do there was actually push us back without killing us, so there is always that bonus. So yeah, I will taxi us down to runway 28 right. I nearly said 1 right there. I keep forgetting we're not using that. We're going to 28. Yes, so I'll taxi us down to 28 and I will see you once we are down at the end of the runway. I'm sorry, I might just have to bring you back here. Look at that sunrise. It looks absolutely incredible. Wow. Wow. I can't get over how that looks so good. Oh. Look at that. Oh my goodness, look at this. These might be some of the best ever screenshots I have taken. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Cannot help myself. This game looks absolutely incredible sometimes. Just wish it was, I wish it was a bit more consistent. It's actually got nothing to do with flight sim, it's just things like GSX that are a pain in the arse. Anyway, back to the taxi. Okay, so welcome down to the bottom of the runways here at San Francisco. This will be 28 right, so we need to go across this one. The good thing is that the AI traffic is actually using this runway for departures, and they're using the cross runway for arrivals, which should make it very interesting as we make sure we try not to crash into any of them. So since we're going on the runway, we can turn the taxi light off, but we can fire all the landing lights on and the strobe light. There's nothing coming in, nothing on TCAS. The aircraft in front of us has just departed from 28 left, so we'll go all the way across to 28 right. Look at that sun though, oh it looks so good. The thing as well is, like, I do record the videos in HDR because I have HDR on since I'm using an HDR display, and if you have the ability to watch this on an HDR display, even if it's just your iPhone, which should support it, it'll look so much better than the standard dynamic range equivalent that you'll be seeing. So here is runway 28 right, there is nobody there, landing lights are all on, we can put the turn offs on, why not? Strobe is on, beacon's on, nav's on, that's fine. Look at it, it just looks absolutely incredible. We'll swing it round onto 26 right, 28 right even. I'm so impressed with how smooth this scenery is in terms of, like, it's not laggy at all, even with the traffic. I hate when it says that about the checklist. I don't want to use the checklists. Okay, so we are going to clear the recall. We should get up and away before him. He's at 1700 feet, so plenty of room. So let's go for it. Take off. Stable. Starting the clock. I always forget the clock. 60. 80 knots. Forgot to do the trim, but it's okay.
V1.
Rotate. Back on the stick. Come on, plane. Up we come. Nice and gentle. Don't want to give it a tail strike. There she comes. Positive rate. Gears coming up. Try and follow that flight director. Trying to trim it now. A little bit bumpy as we come over the hills. To be expected. Oh, look at that. Look at that updraft. Holy moly. There's climb thrust. Try and get onto the flight director. It's quite bumpy. But it's okay. Autopilot on. Get rid of any altitude restrictions. Flaps 1. Flaps up. So we've accelerated up to 250 knots. After takeoff, turn the turners off, turn the nose light off, leave the main landing lights on. Look at that. Incredible. Five miles from our turn. Climbing at a good rate, 2,800 feet per minute at the moment. Goodbye San Francisco, there's the Golden Gate Bridge. Okay, since we're climbing all the way up to our cruise altitude, we can set standard pressure once, twice and 3 times. And yeah, there isn't much else really for me to say here other than we now are on the way over to Japan. Guess we could watch this turn from the wing, why not? But yeah, we are on the way over to Japan, and yeah, I think I will leave you here, and I will see you when we are on the descent down into Narita in about 10 hours time. See you then. Welcome back to the flight deck. We are well in the descent now down into Narita. We've actually just went through transition levels so we can set the pressure down at Narita, which is 1028 back over to hectopascals now. Just going to give it a little bit of speed brake there as it tries to re-catch up with the VNAV profile. So we do have an altitude restriction coming up of 9,000 feet at waypoint Sophia. We also have a speed restriction there of 220 knots. So I think that's probably going to give us quite a slow approach into the airport, but we'll roll with it. We'll roll with it. Thought I would bring you back anyway. It's probably going to be a longer kind of video. I was just editing the first part of the video there, or what I could of it without having done this bit, and it was already sitting at about 40 minutes, so yeah, it's probably going to be a longer video, but it's a long haul, so it should be a longer video, I suppose. But yeah, if I sound quite tired, it's because I am. Been in the air for 10 hours and 3 minutes, and this is the time, the Zulu time, 2 minutes past 1. I can confirm it is 2 minutes past 1 in the morning where I am, so I am ready for my bed. Been out and about doing some stuff, but ready to land now and get this video wrapped up. But it's been a nice wee flight. I really like the livery. I was actually just making the thumbnail for the video as well while I was waiting for top of descent, and yeah, quite like the livery. Especially someone that's not into Pokemon or anything like that, I really do like the livery. I've got SkyDolly to start recording, I think, yeah. So hopefully there's some views. I've left the bits of editing I've been doing so far, I've left places for me to fire in some wing views and things like that, so hopefully it's worked okay. We can set the minimums actually, just while I think about it. I just see it there. The minimums is 339 on the Barrow, so we can set 339. Why is it going? There must be a way for this to be quicker. Like, it doesn't matter how slowly or fast I scroll the mouse, it is depressingly slow. I mean, this is only having to change at 70 feet nearly. I mean, and then it does that. Oh, for fucking Jesus. It's going to want a bit more drag, so just firing out the speed brakes. No. Oh my fucking god. Why is this so hard? I just want to put 339 in. Like, is that so hard? Clearly. Oh my god, I'm going to lose my head in a minute. Speed brake can come back in, now it's... nearly there. There is 339. Thank Christ for that. Yeah, the throttle's going to come in here because I think this is going to be a depressingly slow approach speed and descent rate for the rest of the flight, but that's what it is. We're actually below 10,000, so I'm just going to fire all the lights on. Cabin's ready. We can be auto brake 1. It's a 4,000 metre runway, so we don't need to worry about that. There comes the throttles for the first time this flight since departure. Yeah, I'm going to take... I can't actually read that. Terrain on this side, weather on my side. Can bring that in actually. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a depressingly slow descent rate of not even 500 feet per minute, so settle in for some horrendous rambling by myself. Is that some land I can begin to see over there? It looks like it. It's the thing with this kind of flight, it's pretty much you take off out of San Francisco straight over the bay and then straight on the Pacific, and there is no land to be seen for the foreseeable. Yeah, I don't know if they would let me land a plane in real life if I was like this, because I feel incredibly tired. Incredibly tired. just to try and prevent it whinging about checklists. Actually, now I think about it, I can just override everything and descent, recall, check, notes, check, auto brakes set, landing data. We can actually put that in. We'll go with flaps. Well, we'll just do flaps 30. Why not? Approach briefing. We're landing. Altimeters are set. Landing. There we go. And it can stop its whinging. Yeah, if it had the brains, I would have probably removed this descent restriction before we started descent, but hey ho. Sorry for all the changing around the views there. I was just looking at, is the actual engine like wobbling like the same way the A380s does? It's hard to tell. I don't think it is. Or maybe it is, I don't know. A little bit bumpy as we come through the clouds, but nothing crazy. Nice long straight in approach, which means it's always very easy for me to put flaps and things out too early because you think you're closer than you are because you're starting the approach so far out, but you know, I'll try not to. I never get the right bloody wing view when there's a turn and end up clipping through the entire cabin trying to get a shot. I think it is, I actually think that is wobbling. I like that effect. I wish more developers would add an effect like that, because it's, you'll know yourself, you've been in an aircraft, it's most of the wing, it's not just like the edge of the wing that maybe moves a bit, the whole wing moves, including the engine, the whole flight, and every bit of it flaps about in the wind and things like that, so I quite like the subtle effects like that. I don't know if it's maybe a bit too consistent in the way it's doing it, a bit too repetitive, same kind of animation, but do you know what? I like it. There's 6,000. Just curious if it will even be able to grab the localizer this far out. I don't think it will, but we'll arm it anyway, why not? Just about to start the turn there. Let's try and get the right wing view this time. Still got a really decent bit to run yet. God, it is actually a bit soul destroying being this low so quickly and having nothing to do really. I mean, I could manually fly the aircraft, but that is just asking for trouble when I'm this tired. I mean, remember back in like FSX days, P3D days, like this is how good, like if flight deck textures were this good, we were happy. It is amazing how far we've come in flight sim in quite a short period of time, when you think that if you were around back then, that we were stuck with P3D and FSX for so long. I mean, FSX came out in 2006, and yeah, P3D helped by moving it to 64-bit and all of that when version 4 came out, but really it was still, at its core, it was still FSX running on a game that was made in 2006 until 2020 basically, which is it is crazy how far it's come. Now, I might be wrong, I've never understood premium economy as like, yeah, this tiny little bit in the cabin, but it's still just a, okay, there's not 3 of you, but there's still just a seat. Like, it's either it's economy or business class, surely. Can you tell I am killing the time? It's so slow. I mean, that must be like nearly only 250 feet per minute or something. Just double checking the pressure's still 1028, which it is. Yeah, so we still don't have the localizer or the ILS yet, which is fine given that we are still over the sea. Feels like it's such like a big flight deck, like room for 2 jump seats that are always permanently down. It's quite nice actually. Spare bulbs. So, oh god, sorry, I'm losing my mind here. There we go, we have the located the localizer. We are at 25 DME, so still a good bit to go yet. I'm so tired I haven't even been able to ramble, which is a crazy thing. Which, trust me, is definitely beneficial for everybody watching this. I mean, if you're sitting through this, then you are a trooper. But I appreciate it. Just looking at the wind, so it's 1028. It's a QNH. The wind is 3608. So it's not too bad. It's a little breeze. I haven't ever been to Narita with this with the sim. It is scenery. It's Drzewiecki. I can't pronounce that. Drzewiecki design. I don't know how it's meant to pronounce, but you know who I'm talking about. It's one of their airports. I tend to struggle with FPS at the airports, but I'm hoping it won't be too bad. But we'll see. San Francisco really impressed me with how little it was lagging. It wasn't lagging at all, which I was quite impressed with. We appear to have the localizer. You can see the runway just there. There's 4,000. It's actually going to level us off, believe it or not, but the glide slope is coming. I'm not going to bother with flaps yet. We are absolutely fine in terms of speed. In fact, it's just hit us at the decel point to take us down to 180 itself anyway, which I wasn't expecting. We'll maybe just go flaps 1 then, since it's doing that, just to give us a bit of a nicer angle of attack. There come the slats. He says for a nicer angle of attack, but obviously we're quite good if the aircraft started going down soon. Oh Christ, nearly forgot to actually hit the approach mode. Any second now, glide slope should go green box, there it is. $12 DME, so loads to run yet. There's 11, we can go flaps 5. Starting to get interesting now that we've finally made it over land. It feels like we're a lot closer than what it's saying. Just going to bring the speed back to 170. SkyDolly is still recording, so I'm going to try and use that for wing views from now on, so if it hasn't worked I apologise. There's 8 miles. We're going to go gear down and we'll go flaps 15. Just to get us a bit more drag, because now the aircraft's decided it's not going to want to slow down. VREF is, for flaps 30, 142, so we can go 147, which I'm just going to dial in now, and as the speed comes down we can bring the flaps down. Flaps 20. $25 and 30. Can arm the speed brake. Flaps 30 set. Checklist is done, so hopefully it won't shout at me on the landing. All the lights are on. Fire turn off's on. I have the aircraft. It's got a massive tailwind at the moment, which is a bit interesting. Still saying it's 360 at 8, so that will hopefully spin round.
1,000.
That's checked. A little bit high. Correcting. Still a little bit high.
500.
Now we're a tad low, but it's fine, we can correct that.
Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums.
Landing.
100. 50. 30. 20.
Oh.
10.
Oh, that was a bit interesting. I feel like we might have just about saved that at the last second there. At one point it looked like we were going to absolutely slam dunk that into the ground. Yeah, I think we might have just saved it. I think it was, we kind of slammed it at the last second, we sank right in, but I think we might have saved it from what could have been horrendously bad. There's 80. Manual braking. Reversals are slowed, and we'll take this high speed exit here. Welcome to Narita. Try and avoid the other aircraft. Speed brakes in. And let's spin the aircraft round all the way. Nicely done. That was actually spot on there. And let's find what gate we are going to. We can get the APU started up. Landing lights can all come off. We'll take the turn offs off as well. Taxi light on, strobe light off. What gate are we going to? We could just make it up. I have no idea where. We'd usually park. It can actually stop the clock if I remember. 10 hours in about. Oh Christ. No, we will just take this turn here then. Thank you, Mr. Dreamliner. Yeah, we'll just go down here. I'm going to get SkyDolly to stop recording. Where would we like to go? I like the look of gate. Is this gate 23? I like the look of gate 23. Let's see if. No, I don't. Are you serious? Ugh. Well, it will not be gate 23 anymore, folks. About gate 22. Let's go with that. Will you let us into gate 22? Apparently that's too small. Let's go with gate 18, which is down there, right next to the terminal, which is cool. Swing around. Just going to take the taxi light off so we don't blind them. I would love to see GSX attempt to push us back out of this gate. And interestingly enough, I don't think the jetway is going to work here because there's 2 stairs. Of course there is. What the fuck? Why is it up there? Okay, this is going to be in typical GSX fashion. It's absolutely shat the bed, so we're going to do it ourselves, is basically what I'm saying. Right, so first off, let's not go that fast. Let's try and get this somewhat on the 777 line here. A little bit more, come on, let's shoot. That'll do it. Parking brake on, and engine cut-offs can come off. We can take all the fuel pumps off, take the beacon off, passenger signs can go off, middle hydraulics off, engine hydraulics off. And welcome. There is a jetway here. It's just a default jetway. Which can I use the yeah, get it around your GSX, I'm not going to bother with you. Welcome to Narita. Whoa, Christ, we're going a little bit fast here. Yeah, welcome to Narita. That really wasn't too bad a flight at all. Yeah, so we're just going to ignore GSX basically and say it's not good enough. I actually quite like this little gate. I would love to see it try to attempt to push us back from here. I don't actually know how they would do it. They'd probably have to take you all the way back, I don't know. But yeah, welcome. not a bad flight at all. A little bit of a slow and painful approach and landing, but it is what it is. We are here, we landed. I will get the landing rate for those of you that have stuck around to the end. It wasn't that bad. 169 was the landing rate, so it wasn't too bad. It looked like at one point we were about to slam it into the ground, and I think I just about saved it. That landing rate certainly suggests I did. Yeah, it's a great livery this. You can pick it up on the flightsim.to page. You know where to go to find that kind of stuff. Oh, can you not actually get into the gate? Oh, you can't actually get inside to see the plane. Oh, that's a bit sad. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, everybody. As always, if you have anywhere you would like me to take an aircraft in the sim, let me know and I'll see if I can oblige for you. But yeah, in the meantime though, thank you very much for watching and sticking around till now. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Cheerio.